Hey, Vogt. So we're still in Austria, so maybe the sound will be not so good, but still. Today we will talk about the personal knowledge graphs, and I have a lot of videos about the personal knowledge graphs actually. So we're trying to democratize the knowledge graphs and pull these big tech enterprise tools to the user device and to the user space because artificial intelligence really love the knowledge graphs, and the knowledge graphs could help you to have better memory, to fight with the hallucinations and all other things. So if you can, you could take a look to my playlist about the knowledge graphs. But you know, the biggest question in a knowledge graphs in a personal space, they relatively small or middle size. It's how to persist them and how to query them. And the query and persistent actually define the way how you model the graphs. And on my Medium, I have a lot of articles about how to make it happen with the relational model, how to make it happen and query with the simple SQL. So it's quite uncommon, but it's still a lot of researchers that show that the relational model could be useful for the graph data. But what are the options, or what enterprises options actually we have for the knowledge graphs? First of all this start from the semantic web and resource definition frameworks. And then we have the concept of the triples, and everything is the resource with the IDE, and then you just play with the triples to build the relations, and you have the node and age that have no difference because they are resource. And together with the RDF, we have the SparkQL, and SparkQL is extremely powerful query language for the linked data and semantic data and all of the thing. It's powerful, but it's extremely complex. So the first option is just a RDF store, and that store the triples and actually the SparkQL. If you will go to the more advanced topics in the knowledge graphs like temporal graphs and dynamic graphs, you will see that the triples are not enough, and we have a lot of limitations in the triple model, and some people suggest to use the quadruples or pentuples to bring with the triple the time information. So it's the one big thing. Another big thing that right now everywhere in the graph space with the Neo4j and the inventors of the Cypher that go not with the RDF approach but more with the property graph approach, that nodes and ages have the properties, and this model is more common for the engineers because it's more understandable that you have some objects with some properties. It's the Cypher and GraphQL graph query language that right now is standardized. But the problem with the RDF stores and the Neo4j that you're not capable actually to run such things on the user device, and it's quite limiting to run it everywhere. And if you build in, for example, the local fast applications, it's quite tough. That's why sometimes we should drop the idea of these property graphs and drop the idea of the GraphQL and all other things, and just use something more embeddable. But we have a couple of projects that allow us to get the Cypher, that it's quite visual graph query language. I really like it, and translate it to the SQL. And then we could get some really cool benefits. Another approach is just take some document-oriented storage like Realm and get the benefits of it, that you could model your graphs as a set of documents, and you could model even hypergraphs as a set of documents, and in quite interesting space, maybe not so embeddable but still quite cool in the personal knowledge graphs, is the Terminus DB that have their own query language, but they have the model of the hypergraph in the core of the database, and it's written on Prolog, and you use some kind of the data log for the query languages. So as you see, you have many options with the SparkQL, GraphQL, and Cypher to the data log. And actually, I have a lot of interesting articles on my Medium account that's talking about how to build the personal knowledge graphs with the deductive databases and data log. So subscribe to our channel, follow me on Medium, follow me on some different social medium like Mastodon and all those things, and let's stay connected. Choose.